Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show. Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show. 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 Dub Show. Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show.
Hi. A pleasant late Monday morning to you, and good afternoon to those watching on the East Coast and the Central Time Zone area. And if you're in Hawaii, good morning. Yeah, this is a Monday edition of the Mizzle An Dub Show. So today, we're going to tackle the national championship game today between San Diego State and UConn, and we're going to go back to last night's game between LSU and Iowa, which turned out to be a Bayou party for the Bayou Lady Bengals.
But it started off as a great game, though. Before LSU took over,
it was a good game, but LSU took over and eventually won the championship. And of course, the infamous gesture and racial profiling and all this BS and whatnot.
Why we just can't leave that alone? Why just because that's a competitive competition? Why do I have to narrate that she's a hood or thug or something like that? And that it's a gesture. Just let them be. Why do we have to bring that into sports? They're trying to take away what was a hell of a basketball game by a hell of a player and try to make it into something else. And kudos to her for what she said on the press conference.
I mean, she's like she said, this is me. This is who I am. And basically,
for the girls that look like me.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there are girls that are in her area from the hood that may be inspired to get out of the hood by possibly playing Division I college basketball.
Hello.
and possibly getting to the WNBA.
Hello.
But you know, the one thing I don't like about America is just sometimes just the media, even though yes, it's a career I'm trying to make this out of by being in the media, but sometimes there's just certain things you just need to leave alone.
Yep.
And we've already had enough issues with race in this country. And that's the one thing I can't stand about the United States of America is this issue with the color of your skin. Because if you cut me open, if you cut me open like I cut you open, okay, our intestines are the same. The blood is still the same.
Yeah. My skin color is different.
Skin color. Come on now.
Yeah.
This is not a topic about race because these are subjects that me and Mizzle really don't like to get into because it just irritates our soul because we don't see color, nor creed, nor gender, nor sexuality, whatever you want to call it. We don't see that. Okay, we may have our disagreements. We may feel what we feel, but at the end of the day, we're still going to treat you like human beings and like the good book says, show yourself friendly. Okay, now, back to sports. Our congratulations to the LSU Bayou Bengals, the women's coach and the women's team for winning their first national title, which they finished their season at an amazing 34-2.
Wow.
On the year.
Wow.
Be back to make some noise. And was it the last game that Caitlin Clark played for the Iowa Hawkeyes? She is a junior, which if she was to leave, she would guarantee be the first number 1 overall pick in the WNBA.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
We'll see how this goes. Maybe she wants to come back and give it one more run for the Hawkeyes. We don't know. Anyhow, tonight's game, but before we go to tonight's game, let's go back to Saturday and the fantastic game that was Florida Atlantic and San Diego State. And first off, kudos to Dustin May and the Florida Athletic Owls. They were the sentimental team I was rooting for because their run was amazing. And unfortunately, they gave San Diego State too much time, and the Aztecs simply just were not fazed by the moment.
Yeah.
And the Butler indeed did it, hitting the game-winning shot and sending the Aztecs to their first ever national championship game, which, of course, for me, being a UNLV fan, it's a good day for the Mountain West Conference. As the Mountain West Conference gets to the first national title game since they became a conference back in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, for conference ties, I am pulling for the Aztecs tonight because, again, like I said, 2 years ago in the pandemic, they were, I think, 30-2 on the season.
They were.
Before
Correct.
the rest of the season got canceled. So for those that have watched college basketball, San Diego State has been on the cusp, has been on the verge for many, many, many years. And I know that seeing them firsthand, because they play UNLV twice a year, but I've seen firsthand just how tremendous this program is. But UConn has the pedigree. They have been here before many of times.
Yes.
So you cannot count them out. I really think in this particular game, whoever controls the glass, I think, is going to win this game because both teams are very good on the glass, especially on offensive rebounds. If you want to lean towards athleticism, I think San Diego State has more athleticism than UConn. But
I think they have more size as well, too. I could be wrong, but I think
they do have some length. They do have length.
Length, yeah.
But I just think it'll be a fantastic game. I really do. It's about as even.
I don't think I'm
a matchup as you want.
I'm gonna be a fan on this one as well. Because FAU is not in it no more, so I don't have no pull in the game. So I'm just gonna be a fan and enjoy this.
No, I get it.
I think I get it. Down to who has the ball last. Again,
it might. It just might.
Who controls the glass? I mean, you can say that in any basketball game. Whoever can control the glass wins. But, well, not necessarily if you're saying you're the Warriors, because the Warriors just shoot your eyes out, which they didn't do last night. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and watch. Well, I won't watch it unless there's an open room available. But I'll be keeping my ears. If I'm not, I'll probably listening to it on Sirius XM while I'm with my buds in my earbuds in my ear. But yeah,
the over-under is, for those that are betting on this game, the over-under is 132.5. The money line is -7 for UConn, +7 for San Diego State. Money line is -350 for UConn, +275 for San Diego State. Almost in a landslide, 74% have UConn winning this game against San Diego State. And I mean, I get it. I mean, you have the Big East.
They're
the Big East.
They're the blue blood, basically the bigger name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Better conference, you would want to say, I would say.
One thing that must happen is UConn has to be alert on the defensive end of the ball, because if they're not, San Diego State can hurt you in so many different ways.
So many.
Again, like I said, it's very, very unique. How they got here. San Diego State was in the South region, which they upset the first number one. They have the second upset of the number one seed. They beat Alabama.
Yes.
Then in a controversial finish, they got by Creighton by 1 point. And then the fantastic game against FAU. And that's how they got to Houston. For the Connecticut Huskies, they were in the West region, which, again, they thrashed. And very rarely do we say this word. They thrashed Gonzaga. But, we thought that Gonzaga was gassed from that game against UCLA because it took everything for them to come back to beat UCLA.
I pound the table on this again. Give me Gonzaga, UCLA every damn year. Every year. I don't care how you manage to put that in the regular season. You give me that. Or you just give it to me as an opening classic. Give me the up north versus
in a tournament.
Yeah, like a tournament. Yeah, give me that. Find a way to get other teams to get involved with that. But some way, somehow, UCLA and Gonzaga got to play every year. That needs to be done, because it's almost like Gonzaga versus St. Mary's. It's going to be exciting basketball, no matter what product they're putting on the court. Both teams can be over, but it's going to be lights out basketball. Just saying.
Then the Final Four on Saturday, UConn beats Miami 72-59. So both Florida schools who gave a fantastic run are out. We got Connecticut versus California, and I'm pretty sure Ken Kniff from Connecticut will be watching.
Stop it.
Anyhow, switching over to the world of sports entertainment, the Super Bowl of wrestling took place over the weekend in SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, and it set records. And on the precipice of that, UFC and the WWE, two parties that you think would never ever merged, have merged. And now they have created a $21.4 billion entertainment company. What that means, I don't know. Considering that the WWE's TV deals with USA/NBC Universal, because NBC Universal does own Sci-Fi, USA, etc.
Yep.
And of course, the deal that they have with Fox on SmackDown, that's coming up for renegotiations.
I don't see Fox letting that
real
go.
soon. So it's definitely interesting because, as we know, Disney/ESPN owns UFC or has a TV deal with them.
Yep.
And of course, most of their pay-per-views you can catch on ESPN Plus.
Yep.
Of course, you can catch all WWE pay-per-views on streaming on Peacock, as they've been doing this for the last few years. So I don't know if it means it goes back to old school buying pay-per-view. We don't know.
They better keep that shit on Peacock.
Vince has said himself that he won't be involved in creative. He'll be too busy doing business stuff.
Good.
So, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Most WWE fans are happy that they did not go with the Saudi Arabia deal, because a lot of superstars have protested doing the pay-per-view crown jewel in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's sketchy up
because
that way.
It's sketchy, and a lot of it does have to do with the female gender.
Yep, you took the words right out of my mouth, brother. That's the route I was exactly going, because you know about their culture and how they look, they view women, how they view women. So
yes.
I good move. That lets me know that somebody's listening to somebody.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
I'm all for women's rights. I'm all for women's rights. Because if you look at it, just look at the show.
Yeah, if you look at it, I mean, there are a lot of female fans, and this is just through decades.
Yeah, well,
of female fans that enjoy the sport of wrestling.
Like I said to you the past 2 nights, it seems like the women are stealing the show every year. I'm just telling you, Charlotte and Rhea Ripley.
Some of your best.
Exactly.
Some of your best WrestleMania matches have involved the ladies, no question. And
Bianca Belair and Asuka, hell of a performance. I mean, just it was to know that this is scripted per se. It's still an entertainment. It's still somewhat of a sport, and just to see how they go out there and put their bodies on the line and give us a performance, and just, as we would say, tell us a damn story.
Tell the story.
Tell the story.
It's all about storytelling and selling it.
Yeah,
and if you can do those two things,
the wrestling is just a part of it. Leading up to the match is what gets
build
you
up.
Yeah, that the build up is what gets you. So just like
the payoff,
the bloodline story,
storytelling. Yes,
the bloodline storyline. The past 2 years, 2-3 years, you don't get storytelling like that. That's old school. That's when we were kids. None of these little quick storylines, they move on. No, you got to build it. You got to write it up. The Sami Zayn and the bloodline thing, I couldn't ask for a better. Yeah. But to get back
so
to
I'm just waiting for it to come out to Vegas in about a year or two, since we already know that WrestleMania 40.
We're not missing that one.
Yeah.
Lord bless me to be still walking this beautiful earth when they decide to come to Vegas. Yeah, I'm thinking about wanting to go to Philadelphia, but I'm like, they ain't doing it indoors. They're doing it at Link.
That's going to be interesting to see how the weather is going to be at the Link. As if you don't know, WrestleMania 40, which sadly, and this is just my take, being an old school guy, I think when they come to anniversary, if it's 10, 20, 30, 40, I should always think it should be at Madison Square Garden. But that's just my take, because the first one was at MSG. WrestleMania 10 was at MSG. WrestleMania 20 was at MSG. So that's just my take, but it's not my company. But WrestleMania 40.
You'll never get
in Philadelphia.
You will never get me from New York. No. The Super Bowl with my Raiders. The Super Bowl with my Raiders can be played in New York, and guess where I'll be watching that? Some right here. I ain't going to New
Not
York.
even if they
No
give you free
desire.
tickets.
Free tickets?
I said if they give you free tickets, would you go?
Where am I sitting?
In a luxury suite.
Okay, I can go to the stadium and get the hell out after the game. Okay, I'll do that. There's no need for me to explore New York. Give me to the game, get me out. That's it.
Sure,
No,
Vince
I
can
don't
give
want
you
to.
one of his
I
private
don't want to
jets.
see Times Square. I don't want to see all that other stuff. No. I've been in San Francisco long enough to know what a fraction of New York can be like, so I'm good.
Just get me to Cooperstown so I can go visit the Baseball Hall of Fame, and that's all I want. That's all I want.
All right. Nope.
Cooperstown is
Nope. Don't even want to do that. Thought about even consider taking Pops to the Bronx to go see a baseball game. Nope. Don't even want to do that. That means we have to be in New York too long. Unless we fly in and fly out.
that could be one way to do it. But so we'll just see how this merger goes between UFC and the WWE.
I think Dana White.
Warriors took a tough one on the chin.
I think they'll do a good job.
Go ahead.
I think they'll do a good job. I mean, Dana White ain't no pushover. He knows how to do business. You know, Vince is all about business. So, I mean, the UFC has been lucrative. WWE has been lucrative. So, why not?
So here's my question. Will we see a lot of UFC, WWE crossovers on each other's platform? Will that happen now? Even more so now than it did back then.
Lord, I hope not. Just leave it where it is. You don't need to fix anything that's not broken. They don't need a mega superstar from UFC to come to WWE to give them more ratings. And they damn sure don't need a WWE star going to UFC to give them ratings. They're doing just fine in their own little platform. If this was a business deal just to bring more money, then keep it that way. Don't try to incorporate none of this crossover stuff. And no, it's good work. Triple H is doing a damn good job right now. Leave it alone. He doesn't need help. I am glued once again. I feel like a little kid watching it all over. Don't mess it up. I will leave just like I left years ago. So leave it where it is. Lord, I hope not. Let's pray.
It's becoming messy like it has been.
Yes.
Like I said, I mean, WrestleMania 39 was one of the best WrestleManias in a long, long time. From start to finish. Even though unfortunately, seeing Shane McMahon go through that, hope he's okay. He tore his quad while trying to compete in a match against The Miz.
You saw it too. He
kind of reminds you of the Royal Rumble. Yeah, it did not look good.
No,
and goes to assume for being impromptu to making something out of nothing.
Snoop Dogg.
Even though he should never do the people's elbow ever again in life.
Wait, I'm glad Did you see how slow that was?
Just as slow as Ric Flair trying to do it at WrestleMania 20. I mean, take your pick.
And then he took off the glasses and threw it. He did the way. He didn't even do it right. I think he went like this. Something he didn't even do that.
What he should have did. What he should have done was he should have sea-walked before dropping the elbow.
That would have been a lot better because and The Rock doesn't even jump that high. I don't think The Rock.
No, he doesn't. But I think he was trying to. But I think he's trying to do a little homage to that, which I can understand. Because I mean, Macho Man did have the best flying elbow in the business.
You damn right.
God bless Randy Savage.
You damn right.
I mean, but I mean, overall, fantastic card. Of course, one of the best things about WrestleMania is the Raw after WrestleMania never disappoints.
No, tomorrow's gonna be fire.
Tonight. It always gives you that wow moment, and you're like, okay,
yeah,
who's coming back that we have not seen in a long time? That's always the question. What cliffhanger are they going to give us tonight on Raw after WrestleMania?
Well, the rumors has that Triple H has been holding out on somebody, and Pipe Bomb, it could be that guy. It could be that guy. It could be CM Punk. You haven't heard
Well,
anything about him with AEW. So,
well, as you know, the saying always in this business, never say never.
well,
I mean, I know for me, I never thought I would see the immortal Hulk Hogan back in the WWF/WWE ever again after he left in '93 and went to WCW and did numbers for WCW. But it can happen. I mean, heck, I thought
Ric Flair
that
was banned. Remember, Ric Flair was banned from WWE, and now remember they cut his promo off the opening. The woo, they cut that, and now it's
same
back.
thing. Same thing with Hogan.
Yeah. Hey, I do like the new intro now though. They put your boy, they put the tribal chief up in there with the acknowledge me. Kudos to that.
Of course.
Oh, wait, hey, you already
let's just tell the story real quick about how you just decided to just jump on the Roman Reigns bandwagon because he couldn't stand his ass
because it was
when Vince kept consistently shoving it down our throats. Okay, now me and Mizzle in our combined years on Earth have watched about damn near 80 years plus of wrestling. We've literally watched it all: WWF, WCW, ECW, AEW, EIEIO, whatever pronouns you want to call it. Okay, so
right alphabet.
Over the last few years, we have been pretty much predicting what's going to happen because you are insulting our intelligence. Okay, the main thing in this business is one: if you're a heel, get heat. That's your job as a heel.
Be a damn good heel.
Get heat.
Yes.
Because if you get heat, you have the crowd. If you have the crowd, you make money. If you make money, everybody eats.
Yes.
That's the purpose of being a heel. And right now, The Miz, MJF, and Roman Reigns are three of your best heels in this business.
Agreed.
Point blank period. Now, Miz couldn't stand Roman Reigns.
No.
So we had the privilege of attending SummerSlam 2001 at Allegiant Stadium. Got to have the whole SummerSlam experience. We went to the SummerSlam store, got to see Charlotte Flair mimic with the crowd. That was pretty awesome. So we get there, had very good seats, very good view. Fantastic time. And of course, anytime Mizzle gets to cuss out John Cena live in person, it's a win for him because he can't stand Cena.
When he loses, it's even better.
And this is Cena before the bald spot really got noticeable. Anyhow, so that particular night, this guy named Mizzle officially jumped on the Roman Reigns bandwagon, standing up, giving the nod and the golf clap.
Yes.
Like, oh, now you're a fan. All of a sudden, now you're a fan. All because he beat freaking Cena. Just because of his despised dislike for John Cena and how he wishes he would go away. And now after last night's loss to Austin Theory, maybe now he'll go and retire, which will make Mizzle even more happy, but time will tell. Anyhow, according to the grand old game that is Major League Baseball, and actually our Giants are about to play in 10 minutes against the White Sox as the White Sox.
I will be shifting over to that here.
They were playing the White Sox. Disclafani, after a year and a half, makes his season debut. Hopefully his ankle is healthy.
And hope your
interesting things.
I hope your mans get better too.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how they're really kind of dingling with Joey Bart's emotions. Is he gonna catch or not? What's your strategy? Okay.
No, that's crazy because
you sign Roberto Perez.
Yeah.
You sign Roberto Perez, Blake Sable, who earned the right to make the team because Blake Sable had a fantastic spring.
Yeah.
He earned that right. Not taking that from him. But then you sign Gary Sanchez for who, for what? I mean, Gary Sanchez once upon a time was a great prospect, but with him, it's either home run, strikeout, or walk. That's pretty much it. Okay.
No consistency.
Sorry. I am not a fan of this. You bat 220 or you bat 195, but hey, he hit 28 home runs. You hit 190. I don't give a damn if you hit 28 home runs. You hit a
Just imagine if your average is a lot better. Them home runs maybe could have been a little bit more.
Joey Gallo is a tremendous talent, and when Joey Gallo gets a hold of the baseball, it can go a long doggone way. Same thing with Kyle Schwarber. But I'm sorry. Me growing up the way I grew up, watching, being a 300 hitter in baseball used to mean something. That means you could flat out hit. That's what that meant. Okay.
You think Tony Gwynn
Jeff
always
McNeil of the Mets.
300? Has Tony
Gwynn
batted under 300 in his career? I don't think so.
No, he was a career 300 hitter his whole damn baseball career.
Exactly.
Boy,
so,
you know what? You about to make me go look up his damn stats.
Well,
because he was a lifetime 330. He was a lifetime 338 hitter. I promise you on everything I love.
I believe
if the 94 strike did not happen, Tony Gwynn would have hit 400.
Easy.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Easy.
If the strike did not happen in 1994, Anthony Keith Gwynn Sr. would have batted over 400 because when the strike happened, he was at 394.
So you can, and it was climbing.
Yes.
So yeah,
his Padres team was not so good, but the reason why you went to the Murph was I want to see number 19 hit and see if he can get me at least 3 more hits because he averaged about damn near 3 hits a game.
I was just about to say, if he had a 1-hit game, that was not a good game.
Yeah, that was a slump.
Yeah, that was he's breaking his bat over his knee.
Yeah. If he went 2 for 5, I'd be like, Tony, what's wrong?
Exactly.
And again, if you get 2 hits in a game, you're normally feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah. But not Tony Gwynn. And here's the thing. He can use each side of the park. It wasn't just if he was playing right now, he would destroy the shift. That shift that they were using.
Tony Gwynn would bat 700 off the shift, him and Pete Rose, because all they just played pepper with the third baseline. Just purposely slap it the other way just to make you mad. And oh, by the way, I have myself an easy double. I'm standing at second base. Thank you very much.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw Rock Carew's name in there too because Rock Carew was a tremendous slap hitter that constantly went the other way for hits.
Correct.
And oh, by the way, those three gentlemen that I just mentioned, they all have 3,000 plus assists. Well, Pete Rose has 42,596, but 42,96. But who am I counting?
It ain't about just getting home runs and RBI. It's about being in position to get to score.
But just to piggyback on what you said, like I said, he was a career 338 hitter.
Yep, I did not believe you.
The only year he did not hit 300 was his first year in '82. But that's because he only played in 54 games. But he still batted 289. So he was only 11 points away from hitting 300.
We just gonna round that up.
In his last season, he played in only 71 games because he was battling knee. But even in those 71 games that he played in 2001, he still batted 324. I'm gonna say that again. His final season, 2001, battling knee issues. He still batted 3-4.
He could have probably been a D.
Man won a batting title with a 313 average. Batting title with a 313 average.
Mm-hmm.
He won 3 batting titles from 87 to 89, which at 89, it was a tremendous battle between him and Will Clark for the batting title. He beat Will Clark by 3 points.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic. It really literally came down to the last game of the season, and Gwynn got him by a 336 average to Will Clark's 333. Then he wins 4 straight from 94 to 97, which of course he batted 394 in 94. He came back in the next year in 95, batted 368. Came back in 96, batted 353. Came back in 1997 and batted 372. Hence why he is an 8-time batting champion in the National League, and that's why the batting title bears his name. That's all you need to know about Anthony Keith Gwynn Sr. And the fact that he was a big boy, he won 8 Gold Gloves. He was a tremendous outfielder playing right field. If he wanted to, he could have played basketball. He was drafted in the NBA.
Well,
Tony Gwynn was a damn good.
I sent you the picture.
Tony Gwynn was a damn good basketball player.
You say he
at San Diego State, and he's still the all-time leader in assists at San Diego State.
Not shocking.
So, Yeah. So I mean, you think San Diego, California? The first thing that comes to my mind is Anthony Keith Gwynn Sr. That man solidifies and empathizes what the city of San Diego is all about. Not the former Chargers, not the Padres, but Tony Gwynn.
Yep.
Say San Diego. Oh, Tony Gwynn. Let me go see the statue at Petco Park.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so the Giants took a tough one on the chin. They lost 2-3 to the Yankees. I think opening day was. I mean, they lost 5-0, but the score was really. It didn't tell the story because Logan Webb pitched outstanding, struck out 12.
Typical Giants, though, bro.
Yankees batters. I know pitchers pitch good, no run support. But I will say they bounced back nicely on Saturday. Brandon Crawford had a nice game, had 3 RBIs. Yaz had a nice game. Jock had a nice game. So it just seems like if the Giants lose, they're gonna get shut out.
And yeah, right now,
For lack of a better term, it's not cool. But it's hard to dissect the pulse of this team because I don't know. Like I mean,
only 3 games.
Only 3 games. You still got 158 to go.
Yeah. You
got 159 to go. I would like to see this offense with Mitch Haniger in it because Mitch Haniger can hit the long ball when he's healthy. I've been a huge Michael Conforto fan since he was a Met, and I think he'll get it together.
Yeah, I think once he finds his way, it's like it's 3 games.
It's 3 games.
Of course, I'm not going to get shut out in 2 of the 3.
No.
The pitching looks pretty good. I'll say that.
Yes.
Except for Cobb, he got a little bang.
Well, it could have been disastrous because the ball he threw in the center field should have been an inning-ending double play. But I know in baseball you never assume a double play. But after that throw, it could have been disastrous and kudos to him for battling because he only gave up that one unearned run, and the Giants eventually won that game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole bunch of things because I mean it could be. At times they look like they're going to be a mid-70s win team, and then at times they look like they can win over 80 games. It's Jekyll and Hyde with these guys.
Torture. Just torture being a Giant.
I definitely want to go see some games this year because I'm long overdue for a trip to the Big Phone booth in San Francisco. So that's the plan anyway. So we shall see what will happen. But I'll come back at around May or the dread month that you hate so much, the month of June, because normally that is the June swoon.
But they have been playing good baseball of late in June.
Yes, they have.
The typical where we melt. So I'm not.
Last 2 years. The last 2 years was August. That seemed to be the struggling month for the Gigantes, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. But Andy Rutzman, the catcher for the Orioles, have yourself an opening day, young man, with a 5-spot, 5 hits in Fenway Park, but the Red Sox still managed to win the series and take 2-3 and missed the game. He was out the game for 3 years. Welcome back to the biggest dome in baseball, Bruce Bochy, as he has the Texas Rangers off to a 3-0 start as they swept the defending National League champions, the Phillies. The Astros split with the White Sox, but I still think the American League West is the Astros to lose. And of course, as Dusty Baker still is the manager, the Astros always have a shot. But here's my bold prediction. Well, I already gave one bold prediction, but here's another one. I am picking the Toronto Blue Jays to win the American League East. I think this is the year the Blue Jays finally win the division. Because if not now, when are you going to? You now have the pitching to go along with that offense because Vlad's going to rake. Bo Bichette's going to rake. And Kelvin Biggio is going to be Biggio. Okay? And I think Brandon Belt will finally crack the 30 home run barrier because he's playing in a hitter's park. So he won't get AT&T'd like he used to.
If he stays healthy.
You won't get that in the Sky Dome.
If he stays healthy.
Well, he'll hit 25 plus if he doesn't stay healthy.
Well,
anyhow, got the Blue Jays. I got the Blue Jays winning the East. I think the Orioles will contend for a spot, but they won't get there this year. I think next year they'll get there. Okay. You can never count out the Rays. The Rays just continuously put out good teams, and you can never count them out.
Should have won a World Series.
I think Boston might be a year or two away.
I agree.
It won't be a year or two away. I think the Yankees will probably get a wild card spot because the Yankees can freaking mash. There's no doubt about that. They can mash, but I got Toronto winning the East. I got the Guardians winning the Central still.
Ooh.
Even though the Twins are off to a 3-0 start, but I still think the Guardians, who were a fantastic story last year, youngest team in baseball, came out of nowhere, won the divisions, took the Yankees to 5 games in the division series before the Yankees won.
Yeah.
But I got them winning it, even though I think the Twins will be better, but I still think that division is the Guardians to lose. I still think the Astros are the Kings of the West, but the Rangers. And if the Angels can keep this together,
Bochy's going to manage. So,
yes, he is. I think the Rangers have a shot. I think the Mariners have a shot to compete for a wild card spot. I think 4 out of the 5 teams in the West really compete for a wild card spot. Because the only other team I can see competing for a wild card spot that's not in the West is maybe the Twins, if they put it together. Like I said, the Orioles, Blue Jays, Rays, and Yankees can contend for a playoff spot because there's 3 spots. But I'm going to say Seattle, Texas, and the Yankees get those 3 spots in the American League. In the National League, if not now, for the Mets, win. Because this is the reason why you signed Justin Verlander to go with Max Scherzer. You have all pieces in place.
Win all
you
in.
won 101 games last year and still did not win the division. So if not now, win. But I still think the Mets have enough to win the division. I want to see the Phillies when they get Bryce Harper back, but unfortunately for the Phillies, they lost Rhys Hoskins for the year, which was an ugly non-contact injury in spring training. The ball took a bad hop, and the knee just buckled, which is unfortunate because, for one thing, he's a Sacramento native, and of course, we root for local players to do well.
Yep.
No matter in any sport.
Yep.
So that certainly sucks. I still think the Cardinals are the class of the NL Central, even though Milwaukee will give them some run, but I still think St. Louis will win that division. Even though it's going to be weird.
Is the Phillies in that division?
Say that again?
Is the
Phillies are in the they're in the National League East. They're with the Mets, the Braves, and the National League.
Okay, yeah. I get that. I get them mixed up.
Yeah. No, the Central is the Cardinals, Reds, Brewers, Pirates, and Cubs, but I still think St. Louis wins the division. Now,
I can agree to that.
Before the season started, and I'm going to stick by my pick, I picked the San Diego Fathers to win the West.
Even
though they split.
With all that money they spent and all that talent, they should be winning.
Well, they split Rockies. So the Rockies, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, and Rockies are all 2-2.
Yeah.
If the Giants win this game today against the White Sox, every team will be at least 2-2 in the division. The Dodgers, as much as they lost, they look like they're still going to be there in contention. As much as I hate to say that. Yeah. I need to take. You know what? Me saying that.
Yeah. It's pretty bad, man. But we give facts.
We don't like giving that team credit.
No, not at all. Well, I'm never going to give them credit because they can't even win a damn World Series without going a whole 162 games plus the playoffs. So, no, forget them. Let them little LA team walk around talking about both the basketball and we won a title. Won the whole damn year. Miss me with that. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Well, I got San Diego winning the division. The Dodgers possibly playing for a wild card spot.
I agree. I agree to that.
Not going to give a World Series prediction. I'm not going to give a World Series prediction yet.
Too early.
Because the season is just too early. But I can say who I think is going to win the divisions.
Yeah.
But of course, we always want our Giants to do well and, give the Dodgers hell.
Yes.
Now, the last week of the association before the playoffs begin.
Oh, man. And
comes to fruition. And as we said, and as we teased,
those damn Lakers are playing good basketball. Those damn Lakers are playing some. The Lakers are playing some good basketball, and that is just, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. That was very, very creative. So yesterday, because there are no games today due to the national championship game, they always
kudos
the NBA
to
always,
the NBA to give the NCAA
NBA
their,
has always
good job.
they've always done that. They've always done
kudos.
that. And also, and you know what? It's kind of a bittersweet day because this is the final NCAA game that Jim Nantz will be broadcasting for CBS. He's still going to be doing NFL and golf, but he won't be doing college basketball.
So he's just taking a load off his plate, basically.
Yeah, his schedule.
Yeah.
But kudos to Iron Eagle, as now Iron Eagle will now become the voice of the NCAA tournament.
Is
Iron
not
Eagle,
bad.
Yeah,
he is.
Iron Eagle is a fantastic play-by-play guy.
Yeah,
he is very good.
For sure. And wait. Question for you: Can he hold the microphone?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
Yes, Iron Eagle can. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, he works with Charles Davis. That's all you need to know.
But you know how I feel about Charles Davis.
Yes.
That man can announce. He can. I can listen to that man talk football all day long. Oh, he's awesome.
It's how we feel about Max Kellerman in boxing. Yes, indeed.
Please do give me Max on any kind of boxing all day, and it's just like gold.
Iron Eagle will take over, and he will be teamed with Grant Hill and Bill Raftery. On the broadcast now, since he's becoming the number one guy.
Nice.
But yeah, kudos to the NBA. But yesterday, the Warriors took a tough one on the chin. They lost the Nuggets 112 to 110. The Raptors beat the Hornets 128 to 108.
Like that.
No, he'll be coming guns blazing against the Thunder tomorrow. That's for damn sure.
Because if anybody is a Warrior fan, which me and you are, we know when Mr. Curry has an off night, pretty much the next night the team he plays, no matter who it is, good luck. Because you know he's in the gym right now.
Yeah.
Or he didn't leave the gym wherever they was at. He's shooting right now.
Yeah, he put some shots. He put some shots up tremendously.
And don't sleep on Clay, because Clay's shot got blocked to potentially win the game. So don't sleep on Clay having maybe a 15 3-point shooting type of night, because, oh, by the way, there's a guy coming back that this team also missed. Goes by the name of Wiggs, aka Andrew Wiggins. So don't think he's not going to come back with a chip on his shoulder, because he's seeing his team in flux. We need his defense, man. We need his rebounding, his length. We need his outside game as well. You can tell he's tremendously missed.
Also, kudos to Jonathan Kuminga and Devon DiVincenzo. They have filled in admirably well in his absence.
Kuminga has grown up, and I have confidence now in him in the playoffs. I think he can can give that rest and give you some good minutes.
He got humbled. He got humbled,
yes,
and instead of tucking his tail in, he put in the work and became a man. And you're seeing it, because he has had some games where he has been in double digits. So he can definitely add. He can definitely add to the scoring. The potential's always been there.
It's always been there. It's almost like what you're seeing with Wiseman right now in Detroit. Is that what you wish you could have saw? Excuse me, with Golden State. But I believe Detroit is using him a lot better than what the Warriors would have. So it's nice to see the young man getting his due out there. But we knew Kuminga. Go ahead.
Well, I think Kuminga, him, and Patrick Baldwin Jr., when he gets more playing time, I think those two can be very deadly at the 3-4 spot. I really do.
Mix in GP2 in that lineup. The Warriors now, the bench is starting to get more comfortable, and I'm starting to believe in it a lot more. It's almost like when they were making those runs in the beginning of their first years, but you know what though? Iguodala's on the bench, man. If you're not picking up anything from Iguodala, then you should not be on that staff. So I just think Iguodala,
does he join the Warrior staff after
you took the words right out of my mouth. I think he should replace Mike Brown. I think I don't know if they replaced Mike Brown's position yet, but I believe that should go to Iggy, hands down. That's if Iggy wants it. He might want to go just do his Silicon Valley type stuff.
His fellow Arizona Wildcat alum Steve Kerr is going to try to preach it to him. You already know this.
Well, you know he hasn't left nowhere. You know he left and came back, so he knows where the bread needs to be buttered. You know, so I would not be mad at Iguodala going to the coaching staff. Because you already know that he's doing that already with the young talent. So yeah, so they're on. I got them out my peripheral.
Oh, Bulls beat the Grizzlies 120-107. Trailblazers beat Minnesota 107-105. The Mavericks have just struggled mightily.
Trailblazers.
No, it was the T-Wolves and the Trailblazers.
And the
Trailblazers played the Kings and won overtime.
If you put $100 on that game, the Trailblazers and the Wolves, you would have won $12,000. Because if you put $100 on the Trailblazers to beat the Timberwolves, you would end up walking out with $12,400.
12 racks. Wow.
Just on the $100 bet.
Hawks beat the Mavericks by 2. The Mavericks continue to struggle and looks like they're not going to make the play-in tournament at all.
They're done.
The Knicks, despite the fact that they lost Julius Randle, they beat the Wizards 118-109.
I cannot wait to see them in the playoffs.
Magic beat the Pistons. Oh, the Knicks?
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden is going to be lit.
Oh my goodness. It's almost going to be like the Allen Houston days. John Starks.
I'm telling you.
You know,
you don't have to be a Knicks fan.
With Larry Johnson on the squad. Remember when the Knicks was making the playoffs with Larry Johnson?
Yes.
That's the feeling that I'm getting. Spike going to be over there doing it.
But Larry Johnson had the true addition of the Revis beard the year they went to the finals because that beard was ugly. You want to talk about looking like a caveman? I'm like, Grandmama, what are we doing? But that beard, along with Spreewell and Allen Houston, got the Knicks to the finals in '99.
Yeah.
Hey, Conforto. Oh, Estrada batting third. About time. Jock DHing, Yaz, VR, Crawford, and Blake Sample. Now, hold on. Now we'll go back to the NBA for a minute, but I just want to touch one thing on the Giants. Can we please stop platooning David VR and let David VR be the everyday third baseman? Can you just do that for me, please, Gabe Kapler?
I despise this word. I don't think it needs to be in sports at all. But, you know, they're using analytics, bro. Analytics.
But our good friend and fellow Fairfield High alum, Mr. Angel Gote.
Oh, is he
said that I have sent the links to the show.
Oh, okay.
And hopefully he has watched.
Just watch. How you doing, brother?
Anyhow, if that happens, or anyhow, as he said, because he said this the night to me when the Dodgers beat the Rays in Game 6 after Kevin Cash took out Blake Snell, and these were the exact words he said. He said, "Analytics can go straight to hell."
I agree to that.
And of course,
analytics cost the Tampa Bay. Yeah, we're talking about the Rays, right? Yeah,
correct. Yeah. It cost him a chance to win.
Yeah, Snell was pitching his ass off in that game. There's no way in hell you take him out. You let him finish. Now, here's the difference between that Snell and a guy by the name of Madison Kyle Bumgarner. You try to come out there and take Bumgarner when he's on the heater. You try to come out there and take him out the game. I believe he told Bochy he can go shove that baseball up his ass. I'm finishing in this game. So
we're locked in. Now, if I'm struggling, okay, by all means, you can come get the ball. But if I'm on, your ass back to the. We are going to ride and die with my arm tonight. That's all you need to know.
Well, this is what I love about Bochy. When he in the World Series against the Royals, Bochy looked at him. Bumgarner was like, "You're not doing it. I'm finishing in this game." And what did Ollie do?
Finish the game.
The souls of the Royal fans left them when that door opened up and they saw Big 4-0 walking out that bullpen. They knew it was over.
Quote Bob Uecker at Major League 2. Aw, shit. and that's all I need to know.
And yet the Giants bats they're just still looking at pitches.
Trying to pull it. First off, it's on the outside corner. Slap it the other way.
Just look at that pictures.
That's that's just my baseball coaching coming
be a
into
long
play.
year.
It is what it is. But
Exactly.
back to the association. Spurs in overtime on the weekend. Their Hall of Fame coach goes to the Hall of Fame. They beat the Kings 142-134, which comes to tomorrow. Thursday, I believe.
And as you're looking up information, I will say this: my 76ers are not ready. You know, they went on the chance.
Well, they have a huge
now
game
they got
tomorrow.
The Celtics next. Yeah. So did this, but what I will say this though, they can beat the Bucks in a 7-game series because they have beat the Bucks this year. You know, and they beat them in fashion. So I just hope some way, somehow we're going to see Boston if they, to win. And I just need Harden to stay in his bag because Harden is to look like he's having fun playing basketball again. And that's a good thing to see. And guess what he's also doing? He's playing
defense.
Yeah. Shocking. So
it looks like April the 9th is the last regular season game of the year.
We're close. We're a week away? 6 days?
Yeah, we're getting to the nitty-gritty. It's almost time for the playoffs. So Warriors will play the Thunders. I think the Warriors will bounce back. Cleveland plays Orlando.
Wait, is that on home or on the road?
That is at home at Chase Center.
Yeah. Curry hits 10 threes.
Cleveland trying to hold on to the 4 spot. They would be playing the Knicks if the season ended today in the 4 or 5 spot. They play Orlando on the road. Orlando. Toronto plays Charlotte. Milwaukee plays the Wizards. Heat play the Pistons. Timberwolves playing the Nets. Nuggets trying to hold on to the 1 seed. They play the Rockets. Bulls play the Hawks. Portland plays Memphis. And of course, we just mirror 76ers at home against the Celtics, which that is a TNT game, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. So that game is on TNT. The Kings in New Orleans against the Pelicans.
When is that? Is that tomorrow?
That is tomorrow.
Okay.
That damn.
I'm gonna make sure some rooms are cleaned out real nice and tight, so I can sit and watch the game.
That damn team in Los Angeles is playing the Jazz in the altitude in Salt Lake City, and the nightcap is the Suns playing the Spurs on April
undefeated
4th.
with Kevin Durant starting.
So,
playing, I should say.
as it stands right now, if we're going off the standings, it is still the Bucks 1, the Celtics 2 in the East. The Sixers will be playing the Nets in round 1, and of course the 4 or 5 will be the Knicks and the Cavaliers. Playing game would be Miami against Atlanta, and the Raptors and the Bulls. Nuggets holding on to the 1 seed in the West. Memphis the 2 seed. Right now it'd be the Kings and the Warriors in the All Interstate 80 first round series, which would be epic as heck.
And me and a fellow follower of the show, Mr. Grant, if that's to happen, we will be there. If it's on one of my off days or a weekend, we are going to that game and to sit and witness that. That would be tremendous. But we're gonna go. We're gonna try to go to a game regardless of who the Kings play. It'll be good to see. I'm not a Kings fan by it all. Everybody knows that. But who would not want to go watch playoff basketball when it's in your backyard? I mean,
yeah, and I mean, the Big Sheet Metal is a fantastic arena. It is a good looking arena.
We were just there a few months ago, so yeah.
It was a fantastic place to watch basketball, and of course, every team has bandwagon fans, but the Kings fans, even through the sucky years,
they've
have been loyal as heck.
Fans. Yeah, they are. Their fan.
They have been loyal. They have supported this team through thick and thin, and just for them, I'm ecstatic for them because I mean, like I said, it's number one. It's the capital of the state of California.
So that's
my home state, your home state. It's the only sports ticket in town professionally, even though, yes, you do have the River Cats.
Well, you also got
the baseball.
MLS.
MLS is coming to Sacramento, which I think that would be a good spot to have an XFL
they need to
team
in build them a new stadium. They need a new stadium because playing on the fairgrounds ain't good. I mean, it's good for them, but those seats are horrendous.
Yes. There's some spots in Sacramento you can build a soccer stadium, and like I said, they should use
When
that
Kevin
for an
Johnson wanted to
XFL
build
team
the
in
first
Sacramento.
arena, you can go right down to the terminal where Kevin Johnson wanted to build the first where the first floor plan was for the Kings Arena before they decided to build in the heart of downtown
Sacramento.
Yeah.
Which again, that arena has revitalized downtown Sacramento tremendously. And I mean, we saw that when we went to the game to watch your 76ers play the Kings. I mean, it having sports in some areas of your downtown fan in the downtown city can really revitalize downtown.
Yeah.
It's something I wish the A's would have done earlier, like the Giants did, because once that stadium got built, downtown San Francisco got revitalized. And oh, by the way, the Warriors add on to Mission Bay, so now you really have downtown San Francisco revitalized, but
you got one
two
A and one
areas
B.
with the Warriors. Yeah. And plus, when the Warriors are winning titles, it also just adds to it. Now, something I wish the A's would do, but it's probably not going to happen, or it's probably too late now.
They're coming to your city.
But again, I don't want the stadium to be off the strip, but I get why they're doing it, because you want opposing fan bases, fans to come watch your games at your stadium.
The airport is right there, my brother.
Oh, trust me, I get it. I know.
Right there.
I know why. I know why they're doing it.
Boom. Catch a cab back to the airport.
It's just for me. It's just for me being a local. It's just going to be tough as hell for me to get out to try and go back home. But I understand. I understand why they're doing it.
Yeah. I know.
Trust me, I get it. Same reason why they built Allegiant. I understand it completely. I may not agree with it, but I understand the reasoning for it. But it's just for me. Just for Kings fans, if you never experienced Sacramento during the playoffs, it was a sight to behold, because you want to talk about cowbells and noise and just decimal levels.
Especially when they play the Lakers.
That old girl named Arco Arena used to get very, very loud.
Yes.
Okay. Don't get loud like that anymore.
No.
And the only exception to the rule is Madison Square Garden. But I mean, you talk about old basketball buildings like the Spectrum in Philadelphia, the old War House at McDowell, the old Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix, of course, the original Boston Garden, Chicago Stadium in Chicago. Heck, before the Coliseum Arena got renovated, when it just used to seat just 15,000. It would get super, super loud.
Yeah.
The old arena in Seattle used to get loud. Portland Memorial Coliseum.
Yes.
And it just sat over 13,000. But the old Memorial Coliseum in Portland, Oregon used to get super duper.
Well, hell, the
loud.
Forum was loud. The Forum stayed loud.
Yeah. The Great Western Forum, which I so miss watching basketball in that arena. I'm not.
Now you talk about that's almost like that to how Madison Square Garden is. The Forum is the Mecca of LA when it came to the basketball.
17505, as Chick Hearn used to announce all the damn time. But I mean, just something about the Forum just echoed basketball. Indeed. And in my lifetime, I wish I could have experienced a basketball game at the Forum, because it's one of my favorite basketball arenas.
I agree.
It really, and that's no disrespect to Staples / now called Crypto.com Arena. No disrespect, because that is a very big. It's also a very.
It's the house that Kobe built, and that's where I'm leaving it at.
It is a big, beautiful building. It's just huge, but for me, I just feel like basketball just belongs in the Forum, just like Fight Night on the Forum used to back in the day. Anyhow, the 4-5 series is the Suns and the Clippers, and of course, right now that other team that we just talked about, their old home, they will be playing the Pelicans, and the T-Wolves right now will be playing the Thunder in the 9-10 game of the playing situation. So as we come to the as we come to the last situation of the playing tournament, do you think any seeding changes? And if it does, which teams do you think change seeding?
The only thing I can see happening is if the Mavericks decide to get their heads out their asses and decide to start winning. They have a chance to. I think they have a chance to slide back in, even though they're out of it right now. But given that the Lakers and Clippers play on Wednesday,
Yes.
A lot of things can change. Oh, shit. Let's go. Let's go, Jock. My bad. When I last blinked, the White Sox were up the bat. But now that I look up, Jock Peterson just went yard.
Well, it's never feast or famine for Jock Peterson. That's for dang sure.
He knows how to. And I like that they're putting him in the DH position. Do not put him
that's
on the field.
Yeah, do not put him in the outfield. No.
Just let him DH.
Just let him swing the bat. That's it.
Yeah, just let him swing. Yeah. Oh, he got all of that. Oh, it was a no-doubter.
On a slight delay, so it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, he got.
I am in the room.
And what are you swinging at, Yaz? Oh, hold on. Okay, let's get back to let's get back to the show because I'm still trying
to watch the homer as you are slightly ahead of me because, like I said, I'm in my room. I'm not out in the family room.
So you're casting. You're not.
I'm casting right now. Yes, I am. I'm casting. Yes.
Oh. Okay. Man, I hate when I can't hear. I thought Yaz got a hold of one too.
Well, I got the volume on low, but it's good that
I got it on low too. So when I looked up, there were
it's Jock home run. Kruko is ooh.
Yeah, he got all of that.
Yeah, he that was an uppercut.
Yeah. As you would say,
kind of a swing.
As you would say,
he did.
In that one. Yeah, that was a no doubt.
Yes, he did.
All right, Yash, good way to get on base. Yeah, that was no doubter. Yeah, he knew it too.
We do breaking news on this show as the Giants take a 1-0 lead as they are on the south side of Chicago against the White Sox, playing a 3-game set before they finally come home against the Royals on Friday.
Go figure.
Second homer of the year for Mr. Jock Peterson as the Giants take an early lead. Right now, it is 3-0 Milwaukee in the bottom of the fifth in their home opener against the Mets. Carlos Carrasco is getting drilled. Brett Anderson has homered for Milwaukee. That was a 2-run shot, and Jesse Winkler has an RBI single, and that's the scoring right now on a lot of big night of baseball. As we got the Brewers and the Mets that's going on right now. The Twins against the Marlins in Miami. The Reds in Cincinnati against the Cubs in Cincinnati against the Reds. I beg your pardon. The Phillies head to the Bronx to take on the Yankees. Rays take on the Nationals in D.C. The Pirates head to Fenway Park to take on the Red Sox. The Blue Jays go on the road to Kansas City. The Braves head to St. Louis. Baltimore comes to Texas. The Rangers looking to go to 4-0 on the season. Tigers in Houston. The Padres at home hosting the Diamondbacks. The Angels and Mariners in Seattle. And go Rockies. They're in Los Angeles playing the Dodgers.
I don't even want to say go Rockies either, but yeah, anybody that plays with the Dodgers go. So yeah, I agree to that.
Yeah,
that statement.
That's the premises. But spring falls continue. Actually, there were some pretty good XFL games over the weekend.
Yes, there was. Yeah. You know what? But it's been
the Battlehawks.
We say this every week that we mention the XFL. It's entertaining. I'm going to come out and say that it's entertaining football, and I'm glad it's around. I hope it sticks around. But also, don't we got?
I think it will get a. I think it will get a second season. I really do.
It should.
The games have been competitive.
ESPN doesn't drop too many shows if they're marketing, and I believe the XFL is marketing. So
no, but we go back to Saturday. The Guardians get their first win of the year, beating the previously unbeaten Defenders. They beat them 37-36 late in the game. And obviously enough, the quarterback that got kicked off the team is back on the team and led them to their first win of the season, talking about Mr. Dormady for the Guardians. They beat the Defenders as the Defenders are no longer the most unbeaten team. The Vegas Vipers gets their second win in the final home game of their season. They beat the Brahmas 26-12 as they put in a new quarterback, and he played fairly well. McClendon was 21-31 for 264, threw for 2 touchdowns. As both teams now go to 2-5 on the season, and the Seattle Sea Dragons, And the Seattle Sea Dragons, who were 0-2 to start the year, have won 5 straight, and they are playing some good football.
Yes.
They beat the Renegades 24-15, and the Battlehawks of St. Louis, they bounced back. They beat the Roughnecks 24-15. So some good stuff coming on. And next week, the week of Easter is the return of the USFL. So you got the XFL almost the playoffs, and you got the USFL starting. So the appetizer that is spring football is keeping your hunger for the NFL, even though we have about 157 days left until kickoff for the NFL. So just hang tight, stay tuned.
At the draft.
And the draft is coming up as always. So yeah. So it's a fun time in the wide world of sports. But with that said, we're going to go be Giants fans now and try to cheer our Giants fan.
There's a lot of. I think we might be having a game delay here pretty soon. There's a lot of fans leaving out the stadium right now. I don't know why.
Originally the game was supposed to be around 11 a.m. Chicago time,
so
it got pushed back to a 12:10 start.
Yeah, there's going to be a rain delay.
So the tarp is coming out in Chicago.
Yeah.
Well,
but
it'll be back to the Mets and the Brewers for me.
Before we end the show, I want to piggyback back to WrestleMania, and if anybody saw when Bianca Belair came out, she had the local LA dance squad ladies. They were out there dancing, and on the way to the arena, the little girl that was a contortionist who she was dancing her just tremendous. On the way there, she had got word that her mom passed.
Oh my goodness!
So on one of the greatest days of her life, it was also a worse day, but Bianca Belair did a solo with her. She let the little girl do a little solo, and the girl surrounded her and embraced her. And it was beautiful. But knowing what that was now, it makes it more better. And if anybody has not, I mean, I know some of these press conferences that they do after these wrestler events, is whatever. But Triple H delivered a heartfelt speech about what Bianca did and the information that he received about the little girl. Just love what the WWE does for people. The Make-A-Wish Foundation is tremendous what they do for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and just what they allow little kids to do in the cure for Connor. What is with the cancer thing? Just tremendous what WWE does for all the that, and just for Triple H he didn't have to go up there and say nothing about what happened, but for him to recognize that before he opened up the press conference to mention that and to find out what happened, so prayers up to that the young lady, and I'm pretty sure the WWE is going to take care of her.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Stephanie is sending a check if she hasn't already.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Stephanie's going to take care of that herself.
Yeah, I believe that they will do whatever they can for that little girl, but just to give her we're up to nothing. But just to give her that stage on the grandest stage of all, that
it is pouring on the south side.
It sure is. But yeah, just to give her that's I appreciate what they did for that. And that was just great. So that's my outtake for the show.
Well, kudos to I mean, this is not surprising, because this is what the WWE has done. They have certainly helped out people in times of need, so that's pretty not surprising at all. But we thank you for watching this Monday edition of the Mizzle An Dub Show, and thank the good Lord, technology was not being difficult as it has been on a past few shows that we've done.
Oh yeah.
There was no freezing, there was no buffering, so we got through the clean show.
And guess what?
And
if you notice, this setup that I'm at is the pilot episode of where the Mizzle An Dub Show kicked off. So thought I'd bring a blast from the past, and the next shows will be done here for a couple of weeks. So
Oh, as I had to bring out the the catcher's helmet, because that's just.
I didn't laugh as hard as I did it on the first time you did that, because that was
the very first time he did it, he lost his mind just as much how we ended the show last week when I said this is the Mizzle An Dub Show and I'm Turtle Wax, but it gets him again. Trying to understand, and if you're trying to understand the Turtle Wax reference, just watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie in 1990, and once you see Michelangelo holding turtle wax, you'll catch it. I promise you.
Yes.
So it is. But again, to our subscribers, we thank you for tuning into the Mizzle An Dub Show. Again, if you haven't figured out, we now have an Instagram page. We have an Instagram page. It is the Mizzle An Dub Show. Of course, it is. Let's give you the correct name so you don't try to be like, we can't find you. So it is the Mizzle An Dub Show. It's Mizzle _and_ Dub _show. So that is our official IG page.
That's where
we will have videos.
Yes, videos.
Some live shows on that feed, or just skip it, or just reels to remind you what's coming up on the latest edition of the show. And we might be posting of scores from the teams that we follow.
Yeah.
Just to give you an update, and of course just keep you posted on stuff that's going on. And even if there's some issues that bother us, we might even talk about it on there. And plus, it's a chance for us to interact with you guys.
Yes.
So we might have you pop on camera and you can share us your thoughts.
And I think I can find a way to drag.
Show.
I think I can find a way to take the show that we do, if we do a live show on there, and put it to our YouTube page. So I think there's ways that you can copy a link or something like that, and you can put it.
So
we'll figure that out.
So we are definitely expanding our horizons to try and give us more viewership, and of course, give us more of us, because you, the fans, demand it, and we always try to give the people what they want. So again, that is the Mizzle An Dub Show on Instagram. It is a picture of me and Mizzle holding up the prestigious, many prestigious realms of Hennessy. Just look for Mizzle in the Spider-Man shirt, and just look for me wearing a Mustang shirt. You can't miss us, because he's dark and I'm light, but he's not David Gaines dark. And I'm damn sure not Larry Bird.
Also want to give a shout out to Little Big Brother for doing the voice of the intro. And also shout out to my very, very talented son, DeAndre, aka Zordoc.
Super dope beat maker.
Yes, indeed. Gotta always do that. Yeah. And be on the lookout for his YouTube.
Also,
page. He's dropping it. He has many features, and yeah.
Also, shout out to him, because he is also the one that put our graphics together on our YouTube page. So he is our creative consultant.
Yes.
He just does a fantastic job. So keep doing the young man. But we may sample another beat of his to be another theme for the show this year. Maybe we might debut it during the football season. We don't know, but just stay tuned. But anyhow, we thank you for watching this latest edition of the Mizzle An Dub Show, as we cover the NCAA, WrestleMania, Major League Baseball, some XFL stuff, and hopefully down the road we will cover some more boxing, because later on this month, I believe it is, Tank against Ryan Garcia.
We might can do a live Instagram live.
Oh boy!
Even though that even though it's going to be a game night involved, but when the main event comes on, maybe we'll go live on the main event. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that, folks. But anyways, he is Mizzle. I am Dub. We thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if you're following us on Instagram, we thank you for doing that too. And as always, it is 12 o'clock some damn where.